believe in ghosts?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the Tiger House in Arizona? Do you remember this whole thing?
Mm-mm.
So back in high school, there was this place called the Tiger House. Now, I don't know how much of it was real, how much was fake, but like it always gave off weird energy. And I might be paraphrasing. So if someone comes at me and is like, that's not the story. There's different stories because we're in fucking high school and it's a story told from one person to another and it's a game of telephone.
Yeah.
Right.
It seems like that's how a lot of things in Arizona
So
growing up were kind of like.
Yeah. So basically, long story short, the story is this house had a family. This guy collected illegal tigers, and one day, and there's a tree house in the backyard, and one day his two kids fell out and died. They died. So then they had a seeing service or whatever, and one of the tigers got out and killed everyone there.
Oh shit.
And then the husband murdered himself and hung himself. There's a lot of weird stuff. Again, I don't know what the actual story is or what's real, what's fake from there. I don't even think the house is still there. I think they tore it down finally because people just kept sneaking in, such as me. Snuck in with one of my friends one time.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been there a couple times, but one time he had these audio recording things and left them all around the house. And I went in for a second. I was like, I'll just wait. Yeah. He comes back and he shows me an audio recording. And you can clearly hear someone going, help me. And it is the creepiest fucking thing. Like definite goosebumps down my entire skin.
So I haven't actually ever experienced any like weird ghost things. There's things where I'm like,
there's a lot of haunted places in Arizona.
Yeah, there is. And there's like been times where I'm like, I get weird things. I'm like, but I brush it off.
Yeah.
Our friend that we're no longer friends with, blonde. There was this room in her house.
I remember this. Yeah.
And she always said that there's like these weird things.
Yeah, very.
Like just had a weird vibe to it.
Yeah.
And I walked in and I was like, I don't like this room.
Yeah, same. I remember
very just like the energy, like it's.
Her mom told me that, and I was like,
it felt weird.
Yeah.
I could not tell you like what it was. It just this gave me this off-putting feeling. That's the only time.
Have you ever been to Jerome? Have you ever been to Jerome?
Yeah.
So I have a friend who. So for people who don't know, Jerome, Arizona, it's like one of the most haunted places apparently in America. And same thing with Tombstone down in Tucson.
Yeah.
So
I've been to Tombstone.
Both places are fun to go.
Yeah.
But I don't want to just stick on Ghost but this is why it's called Roadside Rambles.
We're talking, man.
We just ramble. But so I guess I'll tell both things. So I have one story with Jerome and one story with Tombstone. Okay. So with Jerome, one of my friends' moms used to be like a maid. Is that what it would be? A maid? Is that who works at a hotel? Housekeeper, yeah. So for people who don't know, there's a hotel in Jerome that it is haunted.
What's the hotel called? Do you know?
I don't remember, but it used to be an insane asylum.
It is probably like the more popular one, though.
If you literally look up hotel in Jerome, it's probably the main.
It's the main attraction.
Yeah. I mean, most people go there to stay. But she used to clean houses there or clean rooms there. Okay. Now, when you start, you have to clean the fucked up rooms, like the ones that are more towards the areas that see more stuff.
A little bit more paranormal things.
She quit after a week because she saw someone jump out the window.
Oh.
And then when she went and got someone, she came back, window wasn't broken, nothing. Looked fine. So I would probably quit too. There's a couple other things where like
crazy.
Apparently if you're wearing a watch, if you turn around a corner, your watch will disappear. Like it'll just either fall off your wrist or just disappear.
That's like I've never experienced
I've never had that one experience either. I remember one of the shopkeepers was telling us about that. And then to go back to Tombstone, which if you've ever seen the movie Tombstone, it's amazing. You should watch it.
Absolutely.
One of the oldest buildings is still there. And that old building, we took a tour through, and you can go at night. I did not fucking do it at night. You just get this heavy presence and feeling all over you that something is seeping there. And one of my friends took a selfie. You can clearly see an outline in the mirror behind them.
That's weird.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I've never had like a weird thing like that. Besides that, like one room, and like again, like I said, there's been like.
Would you want to? Like at this point, I don't want to anymore.
People always say that. They're like, "Do you want to experience something weird like that?" I'm like, yes and no.
I've done enough of it in my like
Wait, so
junior high to high school days
but
that
you've
I'm just
experienced stuff
over
like
it
that.
now. Yeah, it's too much, and I have a wife who fucking sits around corners when the lights are all off and jumps out. Dude, yesterday my heart stopped. Like I felt it stop for a second and start back up. Like she got me really good. She turned off all the fucking lights when I got home, which is like fine. And I'm walking around and I'm just assuming she's asleep. And I go to our closet and she jumps out and my fucking heart stopped. I was like,